We are in Canada. Oh, Canada, indeed. We are in Canada. We're not doing too badly. We are in our Lotus season. We are scraping by on cash. This game is far more aggressive on cash than previous ones were. And I think I would maybe say it's a bit too aggressive. I like it in some ways because it means you're not going to sit there and within like 2 years have upgraded all your facilities. But yeah, I'm not overly convinced it doesn't need some more balancing. But there are many things that need balancing in this game. It's not immune to crashes, certainly. We are due a major patch this week, which hopefully will help with that. These days I tend not to get too angry about that kind of thing. I kind of just assume that 90% of large titles are just going to be released broken. That might just be because I'm a Paradox player. But I think it's also just that nobody seems to bother doing any Q&A anymore. Which is a real shame. Let's make sure we've got all our settings right here for Canada. Yes, car parts. Get you back onto some damaged car parts. Get you back onto ERS1. Onto Gearbox 1. On ERS1. Onto that. Onto that. Is it cooler in Canada? I bet it probably is cooler in Canada today than it is in London, certainly. 32 degrees at the moment here, which is not a fun temperature in a country that doesn't do air conditioning. Tell you that much. Paradox has been fouling up a lot in the last 4 years. I mean, the other thing I think people do kind of need to take into account is games are infinitely more complex now than they were even 10 years ago. There's a lot more that can go wrong. But at the same time, Paradox, certainly as a publisher, have really dropped the ball. Right, let's go get some practice on. I think there's nothing else we need to change. Don't think we're going to put Abby in yet. Let's go. Yeah, I hope those of you in the UK are managing somehow to keep cool. It is a wee bit warm.
I don't see my tips.
There you watch out, I've been in Montreal when the Montreal Grand Prix has been on, and yeah, it really is not a fun place to be.
Just work on your tyres.
I mean, presumably if you're going to the Grand Prix, it's fun. But yeah. Ever since Paradox went public, quality has gone down. So I think that's partly the stat, partly is it. It's because, and I think this isn't just true for Paradox. I think this is true for so many games companies.
Still half an hour away. Copy.
There's the, we need to get something out this quarter because we promised investors we would have it out this quarter. Which is not inherently bad. But it means that what you shouldn't be doing, you should be doing from the start, is kind of just assuming that you're going to...
Copy.
Look at rain. Yeah, I mean, that is a lot of rain. Let's see if we can get our ratings in before we pull them in. Like, what companies would be better off doing? Certainly Paradox.
How is the track feedback?
I've kind of argued
it's getting
before.
better.
Is
I think we need into
RMN ZZ12. Thank you very much for the subscription. Is basically just treat
Tyres are a little bit on the low side.
the initial release of games like the latest Crusader Kings or the latest
how's the balance?
Toy or whatever.
It's much better.
Okay, understood.
Treat them as a form of early access. If you're going to sit there and make your players, like they kind of do now with Stellaris, where they drop the betas that you can try things if you go onto the beta path for. Like,
Balance check.
do that. Like, just go, okay, base game is coming out. We know it's not a fully complete product. Ooh, 92, that's decent. Do we want to run him out on... Or do we just wait for P2? Save the tyres? I'm going to keep him in. Paradox had a reputation for releasing half-finished games prior to CK2 and EU4. To be fair, they've just reverted to type. Yeah, I mean, I think that is part of it, to be honest. I don't really want to run him on these tyres. But, like, don't release your game as a 45 quid incomplete mess. Release it as a 25 quid incomplete mess in official beta. You know, in your AAA version of early access. Hardcores will play it. You then just do essentially a big initial DLC that you price somewhat higher because it's going to wrap in a bunch of fixes and all of that, and you treat that as the official release and go big for it. And just do it that way. Like, change your release model. Like, wire into your release model principle that you are going to fuck up. You can always, like, surprise everyone if you don't fuck up by releasing it anyway early. And then everyone's just going to love you. We keep Hulk back with Sempiastri out. You can do inters for the whole way through. We're running the light and fuel to keep the engine temperature down because obviously we've got quite a high risk of powertrain failure at this point. Errors with a mechanical fault.
Tyres are cold.
Yeah, tyres are cold, it's fine. Did I not do any changes to that car? Am I an idiot? Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's because you lot made me talk about Paradox. Oh well, get him in P2. Building up the driver prep anyway, so it does at least mean all we'll need to do in P2 is just go out and sort the
It's
tyres.
stopping in pit lane.
Yeah, copy.
When do we get actual Formula One back? At the end of this month. I think it's the end of this month.
That's it. Let's check a flag.
Do you mean I played the original Vicky? I did play the original Vicky. Long time ago. Yeah, I'm my age here. Good evening, Lemon Ducky. Welcome back. Right, so yeah, we need to change that setup. Weather forecast? Cloudy. Why am I on winters? Light rain. How about we don't? Right, Piastri. Great, great, and optimal, great, and a good. Theoretically gives us 2.5, 11.5, 1.9, 3, 4, 1. You're just doing some laps. There are 30 odd laps, let's say 40 laps.
Okay, that's green light.
Yes, fine. Fine. Just be careful. Not going to do fast times, but we're not in this for the times.
Okay.
Lift and coast, buddy. Lift and coast. Oh, hey, look, it's everyone else.
Track condition update.
Absolutely fine, lads. Carry on. Just give me some feedback, please. Hulk, how are you looking? 77. Yeah, getting up to about 80. Right, we'll let him run his laps if he manages to run his laps. Some feedback, please, Piastri.
How's the
Great.
balance?
Yeah, but how great?
Yeah, copy, mate.
91. I mean, we've got him in anyway, so we might as well optimize again. Great, great, optimal, good, optimal. Brings us to 3. 2.8. 325. 085. Yeah, for those of you who've been watching my Aston Martin save on Discord streams, will know that we've been really sort of playing around with what works in money terms, what doesn't, especially as we move into Season 2.
I don't see my tips.
And the way they've locked it down on race money really makes that much harder to depend on in terms of your income. I do think they'll need to loosen it up slightly. Because at the moment you'd have to be very, very brave to pick the top option for race money risk. And even the medium option is tough. Just need a little bit more leeway. Rather than it being a sort of 2-place difference between each of those boundaries, it should maybe be a 3-place difference, I think, and that would make it a bit better. I'll show you what I mean before the next race. But I hope in general you're all doing reasonably well, chat. Good fun yesterday with our Dutch EU4 game. But having fun off stream actually with well, I did a bit on Discord the other day of the Knights. Doing a Knights run. There we go, we got an optimal. Perfect.
Yeah, copy that, mate.
That's the checkered flag.
I'm back and I've eaten a quarter of a 14-inch pizza. Nice. Yeah, I think I've got pizza for dinner. Too hot. Put the effort into anything else. Uh, 84. 89. It's kind of fine, to be honest. A little splash and dash them. Go, go.
The green light.
Come back, come back.
Copy.
Happy IBM PC Day, by the way. On this day in 1981, the PC was revealed to the world. Bit of a legacy for IBM, that. Of course, they did massively stuff up their ability to get into the market, but, you know. Never has a company thrown away a market that is controlled so effectively as IBM did with the PC. How do they manage to throw it away? By getting complacent, basically. They essentially assumed a whole bunch of mistakes, but primarily by assuming that because they'd managed to completely corner the market, 70% of the market. So one of the key elements of the design of the PC, I mean, obviously I've written about this a lot. Let me ping a link into chat if you want the crazy stories. A lot of it comes down to a guy called Don Estridge. who was the chap who led the project effectively to create the PC, which IBM never really wanted, because it was very counter to IBM. IBM was a mainframe computer company. They made all of that. And Estridge essentially, along with others, pulled together the PC from kind of off-the-shelf parts, but a key element of it was the idea of compatibility, so that you should be able to, other companies should be able to build parts of PCs, they should be able to make IBM compatibles. And Estridge's theory was, as long as IBM always pushed the boundaries of what was possible and kept their standards up and made the best PCs, they would always remain the default option. Of course, the problem was, after Don Estridge was no longer around, for reasons I won't spoil, the IBM just kind of sat back and went, well, we've got this massive market share, no one else is ever going to beat us, and then they just slowed down development and didn't really innovate fast enough. And that meant that you had the rise of companies like Compaq and the PC clones, and reaching the point where actually the PC clones were releasing 386 computers before IBM were. By the time IBM was really slamming out its PC2, its 286, the PC clones had already started moving on to 386s. So they dropped down to about 23% of the market in a very short period of time, and they never really recovered from that. You wouldn't. The other thing that really screwed them was the deals surrounding Windows and MS-DOS. Essentially, the short version is that they really had Microsoft by the balls and had them locked in. And Microsoft were terrified that IBM might move to making their own operating system or using different operating systems in future. But the new head of the PC project didn't really... Bill Gates was an incredibly good negotiator. And Don Estridge had always said, no, don't leave me alone in a room with Bill Gates. Because if you're in a room alone with him, he'll sweet talk you into anything. Can't do it to a group, he can do it to an individual. The new head of the project didn't really understand that. And because he too believed that IBM would always just magically be on top, the deal that IBM and Microsoft cut was that IBM would get operating systems off of Microsoft for free, essentially, an incredibly low price. And all, in inverted commas, that Gates asked in return was that he be allowed to also sell the same operating system to the IBM clones. Now, if IBM had been smart, they'd have said, no, we will pay you fair unit price, but you are locked into our system only. This is a manufacturer exclusive deal. But because they had the hubris of believing that they were never going to lose market share, they kind of saw the clones as just a small market that maybe Microsoft could make a little bit of money on, but IBM were getting the better deal. Didn't take long for that to change, because obviously the fact that the clones could run the same operating system as the IBM machines instantly made them more competitive, and Microsoft charged them crazy rates to do it. So, series of mistakes is what did IBM in. Thus ends your tech history lesson for today. Need to remember that we need to get past Piastri up to about 89, 90 to creep him into that top barrier. Hulkenberg does at about the same level.
Now it's time to see who'll come out on top as qualifying gets underway.
Right, let's get some quali going. Who fancies a bit of quali? Car setup's fine, tyres are fine. Save. Go.
2, 1, should be green.
We try all the way through. Go. Right. We are currently the best thanks to our previous investments. Surely that's just an indication that we are naturally better than everyone else and have to be inventable. Yeah, pretty much.
Copy.
Oh shit, we didn't change parts out. Whoops. Why we save? Yeah, I mean, basically that's what IBM did. But they never really wanted the PC and they never understood it. The only person who did was Don Estridge. Once it became a standard IBM department doing standard IBM things, it all went to shit very quickly. Jack, your job in future is to remind me to swap parts.
Okay, should be green now.
A decent run. Yeah, I think so.
So cool as much as you
111.29. Hulk's slow. Remember, Hulk's on old parts, so...
Okay, look after the fuel on the way in.
Yep, copy.
I think that's going to get him through. I mean, it's definitely getting Piastri through. I think Hulk should scrape through as well. Probably around about 13th. Kicks are improving. That's worrying. Yeah, straight through. It's good. Put Hulk on the fresh tyres. Piastri can run on the useds. Don't really see... It's basically a bonus if Hulk gets through this.
Three, two, one.
Ooh, that's a lovely clean run though.
Get your delta.
111.12. That's slightly faster than his Q1 time, so that should actually put him through.
And, normal fuel
Hulk
save on the inlet.
probably isn't getting through
Yep.
on that time. No reason not to run them both again.
Currently P1. Run switch cool and box.
Yep, copy.
Yeah, I think Hulk's going out here. Probably squeeze one more lap in. Yeah.
Your P12.
Don't worry, mate. You're on the old parts. Not entirely unsurprising. Right, let's see what we can do. First 3 rows would be nice. Let's see.
So that should be pit lane open.
Might be a clean run. Oh, well, who wanted the 1-1-1-1-1?
So we're currently P4. That was a strong lap. Cool the car on the way in.
Copy.
Yeah, we're going to be first 3 rows, I think. I'll take that. I'll take 5th on the grid.
"70 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Mon...
So it's suggesting push Piastri on the mediums. Push Hulk on the hards. Yeah, he goes hard, soft, soft. I can't imagine that is genuinely faster than just going a like that. There's no way that's faster than that. Especially as this means we can push the tyres early on. Let's assume we are pushing that tyre. Really need to fix that bug. Very annoying. I think we go with that.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
You can hold off the McLaren, I'll be happy.
I need you to do more high-speed management, 6-7.
Copy.
Hulk picked up a place.
Right then, we can take a look now. We're following the action through turn 5. Can they squeeze by?
Nicely
Up
done.
to 12th and sniffing at those points places.
Right, who's on what tyres? Okay, we're running softs. Pretty much everyone else is running mediums. Joe's running hards. We do kind of need to make the most of these tyres.
DRS enabled. Okay, that's P12. Gap 0.7.
I think we stay aggressive. Sergeant lock up.
Let's have a look at that. So here we go, heading into turn 1. And the car fails to respond. Now they did leave it very late.
We've got no energy, no energy.
How you feel, Tom? How you feel? Especially in this heat. Okay, and that yellow thing is a curve. The car's supposed to bounce when you go over it. Yep. I think Leclerc's the other person on softs, isn't he? Yeah. I think we just happily duel this pack. Hulk's lurking in the points. Let's leave him on aggressive. He's in DRS, so now he can come off the back. Run down to balance. We'll draw the DRS off of this, so... Basically, as long as we're still touching this group, I'm happy.
Big contact.
Hulk.
I'm okay.
Fucking breaking my car, Hulk. Unlike people who break my cars, Hulk. I hate these broken wings, yeah. Have to do that. He needs a new front wing. What did you fucking do, Hulk?
There's a yellow flag now.
You just drive into the back of George Russell.
And not much that the team
See you later,
can do
Roman
about that
Delphin.
one.
I think I lost a part of the front wing.
I think you lost a part of the front wing, mate. We've got more left in the tyres than Leclerc. Hulk while you brake car, yeah. And Russell's diffuser. I think it is in Russell's diffuser. Russell has to get disqualified for having too much rear wing. Yeah. Got a lot of wing now.
Get ready.
Copy.
I don't see my tips.
Care if your tyres are cold. Stop banging into things. Right, Leclerc's clearly pushing. We could push for a bit on these tyres, you know. Or we go for the undercut.
Box.
Copy. Box.
Let's get him.
Yeah, out in 7th is decent. Back a bit. Take the DRS.
No more overtake.
Clear out in front of us, that's not unexpected. Temperature's still okay on those tyres, which is good. There's a bit more fuel out.
No more energy for now.
Copy.
No saving required.
Copy.
He's like, get out here. Oh! Leclerc and Piastri having a proper battle this race.
Good job. Racing for position, Verstappen. Gap behind 13 seconds.
I mean, Max has got this race. He's on old mediums. Is he stretching those mediums? Is he one-stopping? He's got to be one-stopping. You have to think that UK's just pitted for hards. I think Max is on a one-stop. Charles is on a 3, same as us. He's on his second set of softs though. The fact that we're competing with him on the mediums is great. Respect to Hulk for dragging this almost back to respectability.
We are ready for you.
Copy that.
Max is flying. Yeah, Max is on hard, so Max has done all of his stops. Hulk, standard.
Copy.
We'll box this lap.
Copy.
We burned the tyre more than I'd like, but
We're ready in pit lane.
Copy.
not the end of the world. Still drawing DRS off of Max.
Yeah.
Box, box.
Copy. Box.
Like, I think the race is Max's. I think he did the right strategy.
Verstappen ahead of you now.
We should come out ahead of Sainz though.
Head down. Just focus forward for now.
Use overtake.
Fuel should be
Copy.
fine. Here we go.
Oscar pit lane.
Want to be out in front of Sainz. Leclerc pitted as well, which is good news. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's Sainz?
Watch the pit exit line.
Yep, we're out in front of him.
P4 at the moment. Car ahead, Leclerc.
Okay, push him.
Car behind now is Sainz. Okay, he's 1.3 behind you. 24 laps to go.
So he's on the hards. Perez is on old mediums. He's gonna have to... No, he's probably going race distance. No, he can't be going race distance. That's his second set of mediums. He's going to pit shortly for softs. He might scrape a podium here.
Pack is low.
Copy.
Fucking get out of the way!
High speed, but don't overslip them.
Fucking back markers! Fuck out the way!
No more energy.
Yeah.
Lost a place because a fucking back marker wouldn't move out of the way.
Let's keep going. Car behind is Norris on medium.
Losing positions because of fucking back markers. Right, that's Perez in. Car behind is an arsehole in a pass, yeah. Guys are doing well on those hards.
Been a fairly big accident in turn 2.
Yeah,
Take
is there
care
anyone I
for any
care
debris
about?
on
But
this
I'm
next
guessing
section.
not. Ooh, yes, it is someone I care about. Oh, lads, don't do that. Don't do that, lads.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today.
Bad bonk, lads. Bad bonk. Yeah, Hamilton's out. No, that's me. That's not Hamilton. Thanks for that game. Really useful replay. Ten laps to go. One tyre and fuel curve. Watford Red, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think we might get 5th here.
Careful on the energy.
Copy.
Don't think we'll manage to grab the RS on Perez. Ooh.
No energy, bottom of the pack.
Go on!
Yep.
Go on! Oh, not quite. Oh, go on! You got this! You just got to hold him up for one set of DRS.
It's lovely stuff.
Go on. Just don't let him past on this DRS stretch. Oh, you're going to let him past Piastri. Buddy. He was so close.
Perez ahead. I know you're doing everything.
That's Oscar Piastri after what was a very
I'll take that.
exciting Grand Prix.
I'll take fourth.
Yeah, just shy of a podium, but fourth is still a respectable finish.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
6 wins now in this season, they're not flagging. A mighty impressive victory.
Keeps us where we are in the constructors, that's what matters. Yeah, we didn't make that, but we did make that. Abby is leveling up. Exciting, no? Yeah, that's pretty exciting. God damn it, man. What did you do to this car? How have you broken another front wing in it? We literally put one on. Damn it, Nico. Now we're looking on parts development. days. When's the rest of our research done? 11 days, 4 days, 3 projects. Everything is going down equally, I think. So we just do equal dev. I mean, we don't have money for more development anyway yet. as well slam all of it in that, because we're not going to get another one in on that. One of our sponsors need to be a Torty Kitty trying to Adam Finger of creation, the beard. Yeah. So poor chap. On the plus side, we're about to get a wedge of a mandatory payment. Our wind tunnel's going to be a shit for this month, though. Yeah, we'll go with that, I think. Right, how are we looking on car parts? So we've got 2 C3s, only 1 CF3, 4 of them, 3 of them, 2 of them, 2. So we do need some more car parts. Jesus. Right for Spain. I think we can be ambitious and go 5th or higher. Ours 7th on the grid in rank. I think we can get 5th.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Yeah, thanks to whoever has decided that now is the best time to do a whole bunch of tree surgery. That's fun. Always nice having to shut your window in the middle of the heat. Right, Spain. $8.5. 14. 7.3. 325. 4.8. That. Now, Hulk, if you could maybe not smash into anyone, you might actually have an outside chance of hitting your race target. Crazy as it sounds. 8.5. 14. 0.3. 0.25. 8. Oh. Drive, my babies, drive.
Lean on tyres for temp.
I don't see my temps.
Like the parts to get through this race.
Everything okay?
It's much better.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, we saw that, mate. Tyres are a bit on the low side.
Did we see it? What did we see?
How's the car? Yeah, understood.
85. We can get better than that. That is a great, optimal, great. Good. 7.5. 13.5. 6.4. 3.5. And a 1. $95. Good work, Hulk. You smashed that. On a more serious note, does F1 setup unbalance the game by minimizing part wear per setup quality? Good question.
How's the
I'd
car?
argue no.
No, I think it's okay.
Yeah, copy that, mate. Copy that, mate.
Like, Motorsport Manager had a similar mechanism, but obviously it didn't have... You didn't have F1 set up for it at the time, so you were genuinely trying to find your right balance, manually. And one of the things you tended to end up doing was certainly I would when I was playing, is I still wouldn't take more than 4 attempts to get a thing right. And then I'd just go with the best setup I found from within that. So maybe what it does is mean that you're going into races with slightly better prepared drivers, or I'm going into races with slightly better prepared drivers, but I would probably be mostly pursuing the same strategy. It would just be taking me more time because I'd be having to do it manually. So I guess you could say maybe it slightly unbalances it, but I'd say it unbalances it less than the fact that as a human being you're generally better at picking when to change your parts around, like the practice parts approach, than the AI is. I'd say that has more of an impact. You might run P2 longer. It's more that I might end up running P3 longer.
So they're kicking it now.
Copy.
Like, I'm tending to run P2 short at the moment for Hulk, just because it's so low on cash. But if we were a slightly wealthier team, I'd be running him for full P2 and then diving out in P3. So yeah, I'd say the player's ability to do parts micro is more of an unbalancing factor. But at the same time, I think they're kind of needed, because the other thing to remember is the AI does not have to follow the cost cap. So the AI is buying parts and doing things that the player can't do. So whilst parts management unbalances the game somewhat in the player's favour, the fact that the AI is not having to respect a whole bunch of other factors in the background when it comes to development is actually balancing things in the AI's favour. So I kind of feel like it all ultimately balances out. Like in an amazing world, you'd make the AI be capable of doing the parts micro. But if you had the AI good enough to be able to do parts micro, you could probably then make it obey the cost caps and everything, in which case a lot of that advantage fails. The AI also doesn't use all its research slots. It doesn't at the moment, no, but they are fixing that in the next prop. Because they've already said in the latest hotfix that the AI has been assigning too many engineers to projects, so rather than spreading it out, it kind of always tries to assign 3. It tries to assign 3, that means there's occasions when you sit there with kind of spare engineers, basically. Because if it's only got 10 engineers to play with, 15 engineers to play with, it's not using the odd numbers of engineers. Right, on the mediums, car setup. Oscar, you've now got a good, an optimal, a good, and a bad. Give me an 8.5. Give me a 14.5. 8.2. 2.10. 0.55. Like, this is a good example. Because we've locked in and sent the driver out long enough to really narrow these boundaries down, you can kind of see that, okay, I've just used the numbers to be able to just work out what to put. But with enough fiddling on these, I would get it into those boundaries. And I'd probably put it not far off where this put it now. Take me a lot of time. Yeah, what you tend to do on Motorsport Manager a lot more is kind of hit a, okay, it's good enough type point, broke out attitude. All good. Go.
Sessions should be starting now.
And he has a 50% chance of research on the final ATR period in 23. I don't know whether they fixed that. I would hope they had at least vaguely addressed it. But yeah, I do think that is a thing though, is that people kind of go, oh well, the AI has these boosts, or oh, the human has these boosts, and they fail to consider everything in the round, which is actually a lot of those kind of balance out. The true test would be if this had a multiplayer mode. I mean, Jesus, can you imagine how long multiplayer sessions would be?
Yeah.
Fine, Hulk, it's fine. Keep going, buddy. Doing great. The goal of the AI is to provide a challenge to player while adhering as much as possible to the same systems. Yeah, and to look like it's behaving in a fair way. Ultimately, what you're after in game design terms is the perception of fairness and the perception of challenge. Both of which might not actually be happening. Like, you are... The AI is cheating always. It's just sometimes it's cheating in its favour and sometimes it's actually cheating in the player's favour. But the goal is to make it look like the AI is making rational decisions and is
Yeah, we saw that, mate.
not cheating. Completely agree there is no feeling worse than when it's obvious that the AI is just ignoring rules with no idea. Which is why I think the cost cap thing is arguably the biggest flaw in this. The thing is, the moment they added, which it needed, the move teams mode, it became much more obvious that the AI does cheat. Oh, can you not?
Up there.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Right, we're down at turn 5.
Because ultimately you're getting a view behind what the AI is up to when you take a team
there
over.
There goes the steering.
E.g.
It was
it's never
just
repairing
unable
its
to
parts.
do much about it.
Better not fuck that underfloor. To be fair, you can actually come in there. But yeah, the best games have a perception of fairness and that the AI is being sneaky. E4 is very good at that and very bad at it. But also, Paradox fans are really good and bad at that. It's really fun to kind of sit there and go, to look at Paradox fans moaning, and I am one, when, like, oh, the AI is too predictable, and then change some AI behaviours, and they're like, oh, the AI is too unpredictable now. It's like, you can't have both. Like, you want enough randomness and enough behavioural change that it feels like you're up against something. Are you not a Paradox shareholder? I am indeed a Paradox shareholder. am indeed.
How are the tyres?
Struggling with front.
Yeah, copy that.
Paradox seems like they want their AI to act like they have plans and goals. Yes, and they're good at that overall, I'd say. And they do it in a relatively transparent way. I mean, in both EU4 and in CK3 and Mickey3, they assign personalities, and by assigning personalities to realm leaders, that allows them to then say, okay, they're going to use this behavior mode versus this other behavior mode, which means that it never feels entirely random when the AI acts, because you can kind of go, well, actually, that fits with the fact that they are an aggressive person, means they would be more likely to declare war. And the player can be aware of that because they can see those traits visibly on their neighbours. I suppose the biggest one for that with its national focus system. Yeah, although the focus system very much is, it wears on its sleeve that the AI is going to go down these paths and take certain actions. Right, how are we looking? 92, 88. That's good enough on both of them, to be honest. Okay. Just going to duck out, lads. Out, out.
The green light.
Back. Back. Right, chat, I'm going to go grab a drink, because I am roasting. Back in a second. Don't let anything weird happen. What did I miss, chat? What did I miss? One of the strangest things is when the AI mostly accidentally does stuff that would totally make sense for a player to do, but would in a real world scenario be totally uncool. Trying to break alliances by calling you into an aggressive war against your other ally. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean is, and I think EU4 benefits from it, is that there's enough behavioural things in that make it. Everyone who's played a game of EU4 knows that by the mid game you've kind of started assigning legit personalities to different nations. Like in the one I've been streaming on Sundays, you know, we've got strong independent Poland that's doing Poland things. So you want behaviour from the game where things feel natural. There's a really good video online somewhere, which is the sort of oral history at the Computer Museum now. They sat down with a bunch of designers of GoldenEye, and they talked about, like, everyone was talking about, like, oh yeah, no, actually, GoldenEye had really good AI for it. Like, no, it didn't. Like, literally all we did was just program it so that the moment you started shooting, everyone, regardless of walls or everything else, could hear you and would start to kind of beeline towards you within a certain range. And they're like, oh, but it always felt like we were being flanked and everything else. So no, that was the easiest path they could find, and we put some places in where the AI was allowed to walk through walls and you weren't. You know, they created that feeling. Yeah, we're in our top zones for both drivers, so that's good.
Will practice pay off?
I mean, the thing is, you can apply a lot of these principles, by the way, if you're ever running pen and paper games. One of the things I try and explain to people when they start DMing games is often they'll draw out, like they'll build out all of these complex scenarios when they start building their own scenarios, and actually then get really annoyed when the players don't follow the path they've assigned through it, or they stress because they go, I know the players aren't going to follow the path I've made for this, so I have to overwrite it. And actually it's really easy to cheat and get around that. All you do is you create, say, 5 events, for want of another word, 5 scenes, and you make it so those scenes could potentially link together in a number of ways. So you maybe slice in some different variety of minor actions that might happen based on when they do engage with those events. But actually you make it so that those events aren't specifically time dependent on when the player does it. You know, that they just trigger different things. What you're doing then is creating an illusion that the player is building their route and doing everything. But actually, you've designed the game in such a way that it doesn't matter which order they complete the room in or which way they discover certain things. They're going to end up discovering all the things they need to do to progress and reach to a final event. And it's a very flexible approach because it allows you to really throw things together on the fly. And it makes you quite confident as a games master because you're not sitting there going, oh crap, I need to read through all my notes and find this thing that happened. And you can really dynamically respond to what the players do. All random doors actually lead the room to the room I want to get you to get to. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I tend to take the approach of all random doors should lead to 1 of 2 or 3 rooms that I want you to get to, until eventually you've been to all of those, and then it's gradually, yes, you're only visiting 1. But yeah, it's what you're trying to do is give almost like a JRPG, the classic JRPG, where really it doesn't necessarily matter what dialogue choices you pick at 90% of points in the game. All you're just tweaking is the flavour of the outcome. Question, does knowing that as a player of yours kind of ruin the feeling? Yeah, which is why I don't tell my players I'm doing it. I'm telling you guys, because you guys don't play games with me. Why are you doing your second ERS system and only second gearbox and engine? Good question. So our ERSs, we're getting through them because I think our engines have bad ERS wear, but also we have been switching to spare parts on those. but mostly I think just because we have bad ERS. As far as you know. I know. Like, there are a couple of my players who know, because I've told them that method so they can run their own games. But even then, like, ultimately the players don't give a shit. They want a good story. As long as it's back to the thing we were saying about video games. All you're trying to do is give people agency. But actually, players in most situations don't want too much agency. It's why true open world games often fall flat. Starfield's a really good example. No, you can some of the Assassin's Creeds. You can have these giant fucking open world games. If the player doesn't have some sense of direction, some sense of what they're trying to accomplish, or there's something pushing them forward, then they just get bored. So what you're trying to do is create enough agency that the players feel they're in control, but not too much agency that they feel they have to, that they're driving the plot.
Copy.
Look after the fuel.
Yeah, so 112.8,
Yes.
remember that time. One thing Star Trek Adventure System gets right is the escalation confrontation mechanic. One thing that the Dune Imperium system is really, really good. Got it here somewhere. It's called Dune Adventures in the Imperium. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. It has a similar thing of sort of escalation and confrontations, but also the ability as a GM to kind of go, look, I'm going to advance you through this scene if you want to advance through this scene, but you are now taking some kind of handicap into the next scene. I'm just not going to tell you what a handicap is yet. And then you modify the story slightly around that. A really heavily story-driven model, and it works very nicely. But it does then impose on the GM. You need a GM who's far better. Oh, hang on, it's raining and I need to go to get my washing in. Back in a second, chat. Mission accomplished. Washing mostly saved. I was like, ooh, I can feel the air pressure dropping. Ooh, that sounds like the gentle patter of rain. And I was like, oh shit, all my bedding's outside hanging on the line. The ability to indicate to players that, oh, this just got more serious as a powerful signal. Yeah, but also the ability to give the players to back away from that. So the ability to say, look, you can take this failure and find a different way if you want. Or if you're committed to this path, we will come up with a narrative reason why it worked, but it will come at a later cost. You might you might have pissed off someone that it's going to be less useful to you later, would have been useful to you later on, or something like that. Betting was your weather center. I mean, my betting has a y-axis, so. Right. Oh, Hulk scraped through them. Won't scrape through again, but you never know. Yeah, giving the players the ability to back down is actually incredibly useful to a group. Because what it does is it means that where you've got situations where someone maybe had suggested, like, let's say player, you need to get through a locked door. One option is to charm a guard, and the other option is to try and break in via the rear window. You might have one player that you might have two players that want to do the charm the guard, and you might have one player who's like, well, I want to break through a window.
Yep.
And by having a back down model, what you can allow them to do is to charm people can try their way. If they come really close to success and it seems to be going well, the whole party can go, you know what, well, actually we will take that moment of escalation and we'll have this work and we'll go with this. But you can also suggest, it does also mean that if the party wants to, they can back down and try the other suggestion the other player had, and then always escalate at that point. So, what about my option to rush the door and try and smash through it? Well, that's the thing. Bring it to the party and you can give it a go. I get really intrigued by good game systems that give flexibility. It's one reason why I absolutely adore the
Delta negative.
My Little Pony Friendship is Magic
Cool the engine.
System, because it's absolutely fucking brilliant and really forces people to play in different ways to the way they usually would, naturally, and without them actually kind of realizing they're doing it, which is pretty damn cool. You ever looked at GURPS? I always bounced hard off of GURPS, and that might just be because I had bad GMs, but I always just bounced really hard off of it.
P3. That's a really good lap.
Yeah, Hulk's going out here. But he's on all parts, so. Gastri's going through, which is the main thing. Right, fresh softs. To go.
So that should be pit lane open.
Come on, Piastri, let's see if we can get top 6 again.
Delta, keep it
slow.
negative.
He hit traffic, which didn't help.
We've got a yellow flag here.
A yellow hat flag might help. This is a clean run, so.
Currently P3.
Yeah,
Good
might
luck.
get top 6 with that.
And we need to cool the PU on this inlet.
Yep. Copy.
Verstappen slow. Oh, I mean, Verstappen will take us on the first corner. Second row, though. Right, race strat chat. Some odd strategy. Game, please. I mean, it kind of has to be that, but... I'd have to go for that, don't we? But if we're doing that, maybe we don't want to start on the softs. And we can try K-Mag on it. This is going to be a very odd race. Yes, we're going with those. One thing I've been doing in our TTRPG campaign as a player has been intensely working within the social parameters. Yeah, I mean, we kind of should, really. The world exists for a reason.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparation. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix.
No idea what strategies everyone else is going to be on.
It's lights out and away we go.
Okay, most people start on softs. It'll be a very odd race.
No energy.
Copy.
Dead tyres out there. And Russell.
Stone's on track.
Oh, we've had a crash. So let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so heading into turn 1 here. Not a lot of wiggle room here.
Oh!
And you can see how the cars come together. Now that...
That's a bonk. They're on curve.
No energy.
Copy.
We are ready for you.
Copy.
Get ready.
Copy.
Really odd strategy this race.
And we're boxers lap.
Boxes lab.
Lean on the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
Currently, that is P17. Car ahead is Ocon. Gap 4.5.
Car behind is Joe.
Don't pop. Don't pop before you stop. Oh, we're playing just outside the RS. Get inside the RS. There you go. So Leclerc's on the hards. %, it might as well just wrap your new tyre over the old one. No, not far off.
No energy.
Copy.
I think we're doing okay. I mean, 5th is where we need to finish. And we do have a set of softs to come on. That's Max's last pit. He's on hards to the end of the race. Okay. Slightly easy on your tyres, Hulk.
And what's that? A pit stop issue.
What the hell happened there?
I didn't go as planned. Hop.
And box this lap.
Yeah, happy to box.
Hines is gaining on us. I think we do come in. Should put us out in front of Sonoda. Get one more lap out of these. How me make up that amount of time on Norris? Maybe. Close, I think. I might make this 10 laps. No, tyres are dropping off. Norris tyres do have more wear. I think if we can close that down, there is a chance. Can't make up a lot of time. I think we're going to have to go for it. We just got to go for it. Come on. Got
No,
DRS on him.
Copy.
Oh, we scraped him. Can we hold it? That was DRS slingshot on him.
Lovely stuff.
Get to there. Oh, yes. Just.
P5 for us. It was a tough day.
I think that highlighted we've still got some areas to work on.
Fuck off.
Thanks for your efforts in trying.
You were predicted
Take the
7th.
pickup.
As always, there will be lots to talk about after that race.
Made some money at least. Ice cream van. Who wants an ice cream? Yeah, sure, why not? Come along. Right, ATR has just started. Three. $70 days. It's theoretically 8 projects. Probably not going to be able to afford 8 projects. Let's say 6. I think the drop is even across the board. Yep. We have no money. He's not the worst in the world. But it comes down to whether we could afford anyone better, and I think at this stage you probably couldn't. In 2 seasons. Start there and see what we can get. Kinda like to get a bit ahead of it aerodynamics though. I think we might struggle for 5th here. I think we have to give it a go.
Welcome along to the
Oh, it's a fucking sprint race as well. God, I hate sprint races.